Let's be honest. You thought you'd feel relieved by now. The hard thing is over. The chapter's closed. The decision made. You did what you needed to do. You walked away. You ended it. You moved on. And everyone told you it would feel like freedom. But it doesn't. It feels empty, uncertain even. Like you're waiting for something that hasn't arrived yet. The relief you expected, it's not here. Let's find out why. I'm Chad Lawson, and let's calm it down in 3, 2, 1. We have expectations about how things are supposed to feel. When you quit the bad job, you're supposed to feel lighter. When you leave the wrong relationship, you're supposed to feel free. And when you finally say no, you're supposed to feel empowered. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just feel tired or sad or strangely hollow. And you wonder what's going on with you, like why you're not feeling what you thought you would feel. Why the ending doesn't feel like an ending. Well, here's a secret that no one shares. Closure doesn't come on schedule. Relief doesn't arrive the moment you make the right choice. And sadly, healing doesn't follow a timeline. You can do everything right. You can make the hard decisions and walk away from what's hurting you and choose yourself and still not feel better. At least, not yet. Because honestly, emotions don't work like that. They don't follow logic. They don't respond to shoulds. They just are. Maybe you thought you would feel clarity by now. You made the change. You took the leap. You chose the new path. But instead of clarity, you just feel lost. You don't know if you made the right choice. You don't know where you're going. You don't know who you are without the thing you left behind. And that's also terrifying. Because if the hard part is over, why doesn't it feel over? Or maybe you thought you'd feel proud, right? You accomplished the thing. You reached the goal. You did what everyone said was impossible. But instead of pride, you just feel, nothing. Or worse, you feel disappointed. Because you built it up in your mind. You imagined how it would feel. And now that you're here, it's not really what you expected. The achievement's real, but the feeling, not so much. So here's what I want you to know. Just because you don't feel what you thought you would, doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. Just means feelings don't follow scripts. You can be in the right place and still feel uncertain. You can make the brave choice and still feel scared. You can be healing and still feel broken. Did you hear that? You can be healing and still feel broken. All of that can be true at once. So what do you do when the feeling you expected just never shows up? Well, you stop waiting for it. You stop checking your emotional weather every 5 minutes, waiting for relief or clarity or pride or to finally arrive. You let yourself feel what you actually feel, not what you think you should feel. Sadness, confusion, disappointment, grief, those are real too, and they're allowed to be here. You don't have to force gratitude. You don't have to perform relief. You just have to be honest. Did you hear that too? You just have to be honest. This is how I feel right now in this moment. And maybe tomorrow it will be different. Maybe it won't. So here's your practice for this week. Finish this sentence. I thought I would feel blank by now. I thought I would feel by now. Write it down. Say it out loud. Then ask yourself, what do I actually feel? Not what you're supposed to feel, not what would make sense, but what's actually true. And then, just for a moment, let that be okay. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to make it match the story you told yourself. You just have to let it be real. So yes, you thought you would feel different by now. You did the hard thing. You made the choice. You walked the path. But the feeling you expected, it hasn't arrived. And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's not about the feeling. Maybe it's not about the feeling. Maybe it's just about showing up, one day at a time, just as you are. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. Really, thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down. To find more episodes of Calm It Down, see where I may be appearing in your area, or just simply want to know where to send me some chocolate chip cookies, visit calmitdownpodcast.com. This podcast was written and produced by yours truly, Chad Lawson, composer, pianist, and nationally recognized sweet tooth. The views, expressions, and techniques in this episode are of my personal opinion and not intended, nor should they, serve as a substitute for medical advice or diagnosis rendered to you by your individual doctor or other healthcare provider. Only a licensed physician should evaluate your situation, provide a diagnosis, or render other medical advice to you, and you should only act upon the advice of this physician. Now, I'm an extreme empath by nature, but my profession is that of a composer and pianist, not a licensed therapist or physician. I hear from thousands of listeners how my music has helped them through various stages of emotional needs, and I simply want to offer this in future podcast episodes to aid those needs. So to find a list of licensed professionals in your area, please visit calmitdownpodcast.com. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review, or better yet, share it with a friend. While it takes less than 60 seconds to do, its impact will last for years to come, as every little bit helps in growing the awareness and the importance of mental and emotional health. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down.